What's up, everybody? This is Zack, aka Zacky, aka I am Zacky, aka Super French Big Z. Super French Big Z. Creator of Jedi Radio and many more podcasts and the website Zack.coffee. That's ZACK.COFFEE. So I apologize for the little hiatus. I had another video and then I had to cancel the video because of its content, and they told me that I had to. It was what's the word? It was censored, and then I had to. They told me to just re-record it and just remove some of the content. So now I'm doing this new video, and I think part of it is kind of my fault. I have to when I make these videos, I used to use an outline. I have an outline, and then I look at my outline, and I would just select everything I'm talking about, and then I would continue on my video. And then because I did not have an outline, I started to venture just kind of talk about all these different ordeals, and that just it's just veer onto a different subject. So right now, let's get back to work. And here's an outline of my outline, and we'll go straight into my little conversation, my coffee with Zack. As you know, coffee with Zack is in English. Coffee with Zacky is in French. I do both. Let's see. So it's Monday, March 25th, 2024. Let's go ahead and drink some coffee. Get some Wake Up Samurai coffee from CYBERPUNK. Very cool. Shout out to Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves, and then also the guy who does the French voice. Those two guys are amazing. Don't worry, I'll do more live stream of Cyberpunk 2077 in both English and French. And eventually, whenever the patch comes out, we'll do it in Japanese. I cannot wait. All right, so some new features on the website, Zack.coffee. There's the link tree. So now the link tree, this is the first button. You can take you to everywhere on all the portals that I do, everything that I work on. There's even a link to my old Mixcloud. My Mixcloud is where when I first started DJ, Jedi Radio, from like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to episode 12. This was it's like over 10 years ago in 2014. There's even a picture for me DJing at the Red Hawk Casino in Sacramento, or nearby Sacramento. So anyway, as I do this video, I'm watching on the telly. Sacramento Kings are playing. Sacramento Kings are playing with the 76ers. Very cool. I got to see the Sacramento Kings play the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was amazing. I really had fun. I got to wear my LeBron James 7 shoes. They were amazing, and the color that I have is Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati Bearcats basketball team, and also remember from a long time ago, I liked University of Cincinnati because there's a hospital where I was at when I was how do you say in English? Grièvement blessé. I was very hurt, and it was an accident. I had to be into that hospital until my recovery. There's other buttons on the website. I have the soon button, which used to be the next button. I guess the next button is going to be another feature in the future. We'll see what I can do with that. But the soon button means it's the blog post from the future, the blog post from the future. So, for example, if the blog post today is the 25th, the soon button would be a blog post from the 26th or the 27th, whichever one is in the future. And we have the current week. The current week is the current week of podcast blog post that I'm working on. Right now, the current week, it goes even into the future, all the way up to blog post 1144. And the latest podcast, the latest blog post is the one right now from today. And the previous one is the blog post from yesterday or in the past. And all those link buttons are there because it makes it a little easier, because I know a lot of people who read my reports, not just the elderly, but people who are not tech savvy, or people that are not into technology, or that kind of work. They're just like, listen, goddamn, I need to hear from Zack or Zacky. Where's his latest goddamn report? Where is it at? So now I mentioned it. I put it on Twitter. It's on the Twitter under my name, I am Zacky, and then it's under highlights. And then you click the latest button, and then you see the report, or you see the latest podcast. And then if you want to see it on my website, one of those first buttons, that's where it's at. The soon button, the current week, the latest, and the previous. Those buttons at the very top, you click on them, it takes you exactly where you need to go, and you can go ahead and just read my latest reports. Now I have also have a link for it's called I Am Zacky's Story. This is my story. It basically talks about what the hell I've been working on for the past 10 years. And basically, like I said, I'm an analyst. I'm a project manager. I have a college degree from The Ohio State University. I have 12 years of experience working corporate. I even have 7 years of experience working retail. I've been working all kinds of odd jobs as well. And basically what I'm doing is I'm basically trying to do all this while I get my next position. My next position will be, working in technology as a project manager, whether it's for a tech company in Folsom, whether it's for a tech company in Roseville or in San Francisco or in the greater Sacramento or greater San Francisco area, or even in Mountain View, with Google Alphabet. I'm open to any of them. I really do not discriminate. I am open to anybody. I have my experience. You've seen my resume. And basically, I don't want to hear any more complaints. You all told me I had not enough experience. And now you look at me and say I have too much experience. So no more excuses. You've seen my resume. I can work. I've also created an LLC. So there's a link for my LLC. I've created a corporation. I've incorporated because essentially a lot of you are asking me for this report, but none of you seem to be willing to, pay a fee for it. So you're basically asking for this report, but you don't want to send funds. So I have the LLC now, and now I'm going to figure out who's is asking for this report, and I'm going to have to send an invoice so that I can receive funds so I can do this thing. I've been doing this for 10 years, and now people are asking, when's the next report? When's the next report? Well, who are these people that are asking for it? And if you want the next report, I will have to send you an invoice so I can stay sustainable. You need to understand, working on this for 10 years, it's very expensive. Monthly fees for the website, all this writing, it's a lot of time, effort, and energy. And if you need me to write another report, you'll have to, another report like 1144. If you need me to write the next one, you need me to write 1146. I need to send someone an invoice. Right now I'm doing this. I'm in the red. I'm just writing. Everyone's complaining, when's the next report? But no one wants to pay for it. So it's problematic. Anyway, let's keep going. As you can see, I'm wearing my CYBERPUNK sweater right now. And don't worry, if you're upset that I did not wear the CYBERPUNK sweater in the French video, do not worry. I'll wear the other one in the French video when I do Coffee with Zacky in French. We'll talk about other subjects and other topics. There's a link to my wish list. Obviously, the wish list, I'm still trying to get the Anicorn watch from the collaboration with Death Stranding. I need that watch. It's coming released this summer. I absolutely need the watch. It costs $940, or the case costs like over $2,000. I just need the watch. I absolutely need it for my live streaming when I do Death Stranding Director's Cut, and when I'm going to do live streaming of Death Stranding 2 next year. It's important imperative that I get this watch. Now, I cannot afford this watch at this time, but if people give me enough donation, I'll be able to get this watch. I need that watch as soon as possible. On my wish list is also a Secret Lab Magnus Pro standing desk. I really need a standing desk because, as you know, working on a standing desk helps you keep working, and you get to stand, and it's good for posture, all this and that, and it's just very important. And I also put Odyssey OLED gaming monitor just to have those big curved monitors where you just it's kind of like 3 screens and just gives you a bunch of really a lot of screen view. So I can have one screen where I'm writing, one screen where I'm reading, another screen where I get my music. I can do it all. It's very important for me. And then also my wish list is a new vehicle. I really need a vehicle to commute between my commute where I need to go and also my commute to San Francisco. Need a car to get to my commute to San Francisco and back because there's La French Techs over there. LAFRENCHTECH, La French Tech SF. I need to go over there to do raise funds. They call it Series A or funding, crowdfunding, all this and that. I need to be able to raise funds for my startup. The reason why I'm reaching out to La French Tech, the French, because I'm bilingual, and also because I've been discriminated by Y Combinator. Y Combinator knows about my work, and Y Combinator has essentially been getting filthy rich without accepting my application. and everyone knows my work. Everyone likes my work. For some reason, Y Combinator was discriminating against my name. I know it's a very difficult situation, but as you know, my name is not Indian. My name is I guess I have a it's an Arabic name. It's a Persian name, and it's been very difficult for that. I even sent a complaint to the Ohio State University. As you know, the Ohio State University takes these complaints seriously, and I told them that my name is Zaki Ahmad Kayumi, and basically when people do a background check and for employment, they look at a middle name and see that it says Ahmad and it doesn't say like an Indian name or something, and they immediately discriminate me for a job position. And I've applied to from 2019 to now, I've applied to over 12,000 jobs, and I still haven't got a paying position. And it just there's no other way to say it. It's complete discrimination. They asked me that they say that my resume was underqualified, and now they're saying it's overqualified. So I'm just hearing stupid rhetoric over here saying that I'm not up to par to do this job. Well, look what happened 5 years later. 5 years later now, over 300,000 jobs have been canceled, and they're still trying to say I'm not qualified. So all I wanted to do was work at the office with the coworkers, all this and that. Say I wasn't qualified. Now the work that I've done is so powerful, so all this and that. And now with the technologies like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, I'm a Gemini, it's eradicating all these jobs. So it's just very sad, very sad. But we get to play our video games because we're geeks, and we'll live stream. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of live streaming now. We'll go and delve into the world of PlayStation, and I'm just trying to work as a project manager. If I cannot find work as a project manager, if I have to become a live streamer, a YouTuber, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do both. I can do it all. I've said before, I'm a jack of all trades. I can do pretty much everything. So that's why you'll see if you go to my YouTube and you go on the live button, you can see all these cool videos that I'm doing. And a lot of people who deal with mental health, students or veterans who deal with PTSD, love my videos. I know that a lot of people who deal with mental health love my videos, whether it's Formula One or South Park or whatever. And other people who deal with veterans with PTSD, they love my video of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I know they do. And I will keep doing that for them. And for the fans and people of stuff that I like, Cyberpunk 27, we'll delve into that. We'll talk about that. All right. Next topic, we're going to talk about the medevac. The medevac, like I said, I wanted to talk about it last time, and then they made me delete the footage because I talked about another topic that I was not supposed to talk about. So let me just go and talk a little bit more about the medevac. I was in a medevac when I was in that car accident, and the medevac... all that I remember, like I said, I did not remember much anything on that day, but I do remember being in a stretcher to the medevac helicopter chopper on the rooftop of a hospital, and I was put into it, and then there was a woman in a helicopter helmet who was looking at me and keeping me alive, and she said, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and then get up, and then lay back down, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, get up, and then lay back down. And there were 2 helicopter pilots, co-pilots. I don't know if there was anyone else in the chopper, but the chopper took me from that location near where I was in an accident, and it took me to the hospital in Cincinnati. So I was medevaced from that location to the hospital in UC Cincinnati, and my brother was in a car with my family, and he was driving towards the hospital downtown Cincinnati. And like I said, I don't remember all the details, but all I remember was the medevac helicopter. And then I remember we landed on top of that other hospital, and then I was on a stretcher, and then I was taken to the hospital. There was all these doctors and stuff, and they basically had notes and say, we have to go to surgery immediately. And they took the CT scan at the other hospital, and then we got it done. And as someone who grew up watching ER, the TV show, and then eventually why I love medical shows. People are just completely distraught when they watch medical shows. They can't watch them. It's just this experience was so profound. It explained it's part of my reason. Like when I talk about musicophilia is the book on music therapy that I mentioned a long time ago in my book club. this experience, the music is when I talk about when my brain got in that car accident and I got it rewired. It's like something happened that day where now it's almost as if I've ingested millions lines of information, and in order to describe that information, it took me all these years to talk about it. So it's like through music, I'm able to talk about various topics, various subjects, and all I can say is if you've ever been in a medevac, whether you're a helicopter pilot, whether you're an EMT specialist, whether you're the patient itself, you feel some kind of experience where you feel completely. This experience just completely changes you, and it's like I said, I don't know the people who were on that chopper. I don't know their names. I don't know whatever happened to them. And to them, that's just another day at work. That's what they do all day. They're EMTs. That's what they do every day. So I want to thank them a lot. And that's the people. Someday I hope I can go and have a drink with them or whatever. I just want to be able to raise the glass to them and just thank them very much. Obviously, I have to thank all the doctor staff and the nurses at the hospital. I've done that millions of times. And but the medevac people, I just especially because of my fascination, how much I like stuff about people in the military or people who firefighters or law enforcement, people that work in those fields. The medevac is just very dear to my heart. So like I said, I would talk about the medevac. I just did. There we go. And I decided I'm not talking about the censored topic of the other thing because of legality or whatever. They just asked me not to talk about that, so I'm not doing that. Now I made sure to just talk about the medevac. There you go. Blog post, I'm at blog post 1134 and 1135, and just because of the jet lag radio, the JLR operating system, and all this and that. Obviously, I've done blog posts into the future. I've done a few more into the future. So we're at 1142. 1,142. That's how far Jet Lag Radio's podcast. Blog posts we've done, and this is our battle into race against time, course contre la montre against to get to 1,200, to get to 1,200. That's a blog post we're trying to get to fix some of the issues or with the algorithm, with the operating system of the whole GLR OS, and we're fixing all that. It's just very important. Obviously, this is as I mentioned on my I Am Zack's story. All of my work. Even though I'm not getting paid yet, eventually, hopefully, I will. And now that I have my LLC, my EIN number, all of my work is basically at the doorsteps of AF Works and Space Works. AF Works is United States Air Force, and Space Works is Space Force. So that work is just very important. And basically, it's a lot of avalanche of information. It's not just an avalanche of information for startups and technology. For people who work in AF Works and Space Works, that it's like it's like a dream for them. Like they see all the stuff that I work on, they're like, oh my god, how did this guy work on all this? So it takes forever to explain. And even more candidly, it's that's the stuff that inspired Q programming, Q sharp programming. The stuff is just so complicated. They have to create new languages. Such as Q sharp, Q plus is in the future, or Q star, and then the next one is going to be called Q percent that I'm working on. But Q percent is like, how the hell are you going to call it Q percent? Just putting a percent, ampersand is just going to, a percent icon is just going to break the whole code. Like I said, we're talking, this kind of language, even though it won't be called Q percent, that's the kind of language you need to use for nanomachines. With nanomachines, you can really cure cancer. It's like someone has cancer or someone has a very dangerous disease. With those nanomachines in the next 5 or 10 years or more, you can just have that, and then they can immediately be eradicated of that cancer. That's incredible that work is. Or they have an organ that stops working. The nanomachine can technically repair the organ immediately within the body. I know there's a lot of people who are against technology, like, oh, this stuff is very bad, it's going to turn us all into robots. No. For the people who were in hospitals, people who have these illnesses for so many years, people who are dying of cancer, this and that. This technology does wonders. This technology is very promising, and it's I know it sounds very futuristic, but these people have been working on these kind of work for many, many years. And this is why The Ohio State University does have a department of nanomachines, and it's called the Nano Center. They work on this stuff for very good. So, you always talk about, how does he know all this? How does he do all this? I have an education. I have a college education. As much as a lot of people tells you, oh, just get a boot camp, just get a college coding boot camp, just do this, just do that. What you learn when you get a college education goes very far. It can take you to places you will not even believe. I highly recommend you get a college education. Obviously, if you're French and you were like, what's he talking about? College education? College education in English means university education. So c'est pas la même chose. In French, college is like the younger levels. French education is so strong. College is like what they call, elementary school, middle school. And university is college in America. Okay, so get that university education. It really makes a difference. All right, let's continue. Some of the YouTube videos. Some of the videos I included into the to my latest blog post is Sonic X Shadows Generation. Yes, if you love Sonic like I did when I was growing up, I'm even live streaming some Sonic 3 from back in the days of classic Sonic, and we'll live stream some Sonic Frontiers. I just got to look at the walkthrough as to how to get to the next level. It's a little bit more complicated. But Sonic Generation has been delayed. It's going to come out this fall. Fall 2024, we'll get to play some Sonic Generation, and you get to play with Shadow. Now, as you know Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, his best friend, and Amy, his, woman friend. But Shadow is going to be in the next Sonic game in the fall, and it's kind of like, if you remember the Sonic Adventures on Dreamcast, it's going to be amazing. Excuse me. Rise of the Ronin trailers in there. I know for the new guys who are we're already on to the next thing. You're probably already playing some Rise of the Ronin video game in Japan. It's going to be amazing. Been playing a lot of Yakuza, like I said. That's my goal by end of May. I have to finish all the Yakuza games so I can get to the game I wanted to play, which was The Man Who Erased His Name. The Man Who Erased His Name. I cannot wait to play that game. And that's the game before the new one, Yakuza Infinite Wealth. That's even further. So I have got to play this game. I'm waiting. I've been waiting to play it. I've got to hurry up. There's a lot of work to do, and hopefully I will get to it. Let's see what else. I hope everyone had fun at Ultra Music Festival 2024. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I haven't been able to attend yet. I'm just really upset, and like I said, the July radio should be famous by now. I know it is. So hopefully there'll be a mention in the DJ Mag Top 100 for 2024. For 2024 this year, hopefully there'll be a mention of July radio, and hopefully people will vote for me so that I can go to Ultra Music Festival next year. In the meantime, I really want to attend ADE 2024. That's in October. That's Amsterdam dance event. So, you're in Amsterdam. People at KLM, the airline. You tell them, give me some flight tickets, give me some hotels, give me a rental, give me something. I will come to Amsterdam and get to ADE 2024 and get to talk about we'll collaborate with all the DJs and say, this is who I am. My legal name is Zacky. I go by Zack. I am Zacky, and I'm the creator of Jedi Radio. I'm Jedi Radio. That's all me. You guys like the podcast? Let's collaborate and let's talk about it at some conferences in Amsterdam. It would be awesome. All right. Manchester United is in the FA Cup semifinal, final. Very important game. We have to get to the final. I need some silverware this year. It will make myself very happy and make Alex Ferguson very happy as well. We need some silverware this year. This will be good for ETH. ETH has to get some silverware. Well, he'll be in deep trouble. As you know, a lot of people are just asking for Zidane to be the new head coach. Zidane really has to be the new head coach as soon as possible. We have to get to Champions League spot by the end of the year. We need Champions League next year. If we don't get Champions League next year, that's 2 years of a lot of work, and people will be pissed at Manchester. They will be pissed at Old Trafford. Thank you to the State Department and Secretary of State Blinken to finally listen to my cries about making sure we support and respect Palestinians in Gaza and the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. I know a lot of time it's been very hard to stand up to Israel and the monster, the evildoer, Netanyahu. Netanyahu is just so strong, and we literally had to take the whole planet, the whole globe against Netanyahu. That's what we had to do. We had to do that because everyone's in the streets around the planet against Netanyahu, talking about we need to support Palestinians, we need a ceasefire, there's a genocide, all this and that. And meanwhile, Netanyahu is somehow still not changing his rhetoric. So, metaphor or quantum mechanics explanation, what do we have to do? Do we have to go Super Saiyan over here? What do we have to do in front of Netanyahu to just explain to him, you need to calm down over here? Do we need to call Supreme Kai? Do I need to go full Naruto and just go turn to the Nine Tails over here just to tell him to just calm down for a second? Is he pain? That's why we're live streaming some Naruto. We're live streaming some Naruto because I'm about to do the battle against pain. It's we're using metaphors. We basically using metaphors, to explain that to the kids and to explain that to the different age groups to just say, do you understand what's happening here? There's like millions. There's like 30,000 people that are dead in Palestine, and it's like the worst genocide since the Nazis. And you keep doing this, and you think that's as normal. It's very sad. Also, I have a big problem with Ultra Music Festival for not showing a single Palestinian flag throughout the concert for the past 3 days. They showed one Israel flag, but they didn't show. They should have had 1,000 Palestinian flags during the concert, and they did not. So everyone who's in charge at Ultra Music Festival will get a fine. They will get a fine. They might lose millions of dollars, but they did not show the Palestinian flag. They will have to pay. They will have to face the consequences for that. Next, let's not forget about Syria. Syria is still a big topic in the world. Make sure United Nations, UNESCO, and all those guys. MSF, Red Cross, they have to keep sending aid to Syria, very important. The Afghanistan winter, as we pray, is almost over. The winter, we're about to enter April. Hopefully the weather will get a little hotter, and the winter will almost end, and the snow will clear, and hopefully the famine will continue, but it won't be as bad as before. It just is very tough on the lives of Afghans in Afghanistan. And we basically have to use the hashtag, what about Afghanistan? What about Afghanistan? And people are really, everyone's remembering about Palestine and what's going on there, but everyone's forgetting about Afghanistan. It's very sad, very tragic. We spend trillions of dollars and all this and that in Afghanistan for 20 years, and what's happening there is a lot of stress for a lot of people who suffered there, and also for people who are in the military or are veterans who see what's going on there, and it's just a very tragic ordeal. That's why there's organizations like No One Left Behind who are helping SIVs, interpreters from Afghanistan to make sure they get transferred from Afghanistan to Pakistan and eventually transferred to the United States or wherever so they can escape the war. It's just a very tragic thing. And obviously in Afghanistan, I have my podcast Zeta Radio. If you listen to like Afghan dance music, you can just listen to that radio throughout the goddamn whole country. Just listen to it in the sky, and hope that someday the Northern Alliance and Commander Ahmad Shah, son of Ahmad Shah of Commander Massoud, will someday be in Afghanistan and resave his country. And a lot of people think it'll never happen. Listen, goddammit, these Taliban's are not that bad. You can destroy them from the sky with just pointing the finger. With Space Force, with United Air Force, there's a way to deal with this nonsense. It will be taken care of. Something will take place eventually. There's plans. We'll figure it out. It'll just it'll take some time. Anyway, if you like programming, DataCamp, go to datacamp.com. Great classes on R programming, Python certificates and all that. There's great certificates on data science. As you know, data science was a field that I was very interested in a long time ago. Never got around to do it, but essentially all the work that I've done essentially is worthy enough of a data science over here. And if you like GIS, yes, I've talked about GIS in Death Stranding. That's the guy who works with all the satellites throughout the country, throughout the world, and can just pinpoint anything in the world. GIS, if you're interested in GIS, go to Coursera and get yourself a certificate. All right, if you notice on my YouTube page, you go to live, you can see all the live streaming that I've done. And I've live streamed a bunch of games, and I'm going to live stream some more. I've live streamed Naruto, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I've done some Ridge Racer Type 4, F1 Manager 23, F1 Manager F1 23 as well, but it got censored because of the music, so I'll record again. Redout 2, that's kind of like Wipeout, futuristic racing game. Rainbow Six Siege. I've done a little Sackboy, Little Big Planet for the younger audiences. And as you know, all these videos that I do, the nice thing about putting them on YouTube is that people who are in the hospital, like Children's Hospital and all this and that, they can watch it. Or people that are in Walter Reed or wherever, they want to see my content, they can watch it on YouTube. And it's helped them tremendously. They just love it, so I'm going to keep doing it. I've live streamed some Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and we'll keep doing. Right now, when I'm playing in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you just see Gohan as a little child over here just flying around like some child. He's got like no powers. Do not worry. As you play more and more in the story, and eventually when you see the DLC, if you see the new movie, Gohan and Superhero, the movie, Gohan gets so pissed whenever they try to attack his daughter, Pan, P-A-N. And, Gohan finds out that they're taking his daughter hostage or something. And you say, what? You missed? You took away Pan? Gohan just goes full Super Saiyan and gets so upset he nearly just almost blew up the whole planet, just how upset he is. So very important, do not piss off Gohan, and you will see that into more of the game of Dragon Ball Z, and then all the DLCs that are coming out. And then when you see the DLC for Gohan Silver eventually, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But needless to say, do not piss off Gohan. Gohan is finally strong enough. He can finally go toe-to-toe with Goku. Oh my god, you know how long Gohan has been waiting to battle Goku? Seriously. Took him forever. All right. Other games that I've been live streaming, Death Stranding Director's Cut, amazing. Death Stranding Director's Cut. And even better, you can play in different languages. I'm playing in Japanese now. It's superb. And all the Easter eggs, the cool thing that I can do, thanks to my work, is that we get super messages from about everywhere. As you know, inside Death Stranding, San Porter Bridges is basically completely cut off from the whole world. People trying to send him messages, people trying to send him mail, people trying to send him emails. Nothing gets through. Sam Porter Bridges basically has to find a way to just get these messages from these people who he hasn't seen in years, and he gets them through a special feature. So I'm explaining you how I'm doing it. It's that we go inside Death Stranding, and then it's the number of likes. So whenever there's a number of we hit the like button, and then we see a number. And basically, through that number, we check out the podcast number. That's right. We go to Jellag Radio, and we look at the podcast number. So if the podcast number is 600, we go directly to Jellag Radio 600, and we see the names of these songs and see for hidden messages and clues and all this and that. And sometimes if something is wrong, we have to update the song and fix the song just to communicate. Sometimes we get messages from our best friends. I get messages from Sean and Vic that I haven't heard from in years. Or Axel, or whoever, but there's very cool features, and that's how we do it. We do it through the game, and this feature that I've unleashed and mentioned, it's not just in Death Stranding. I can do this in a lot of different video games. I've done it in Ridge Racer Type 4. I can even do it in CYBERPUNK. So imagine the possibilities. Right now we're playing some Phantom Liberty. Just imagine what we're going to do whenever CYBERPUNK 2 comes out. Project Orion. When we play multiplayer and co-op. We might get messages from Keanu Reeves, Johnny Silverhand. We might get messages from him. We might get messages from his voice actor in different languages, whether it's French or Japanese or German, Italian, Spanish, whoever. It's going to be amazing. There's a lot of things planned into the future, and if you think those guys are excited at CD Projekt Red when they just get around the couch and just start talking about it. I have plans for this franchise that are so incredible that you will not even believe. Like I said, I'm already working on a metaverse myself. half metaverse, half real world. It's very crazy. But the metaverse for Cyberpunk is going to be even crazier. Like I'm inviting people. We're basically gonna take the whole damn local bar. We're gonna take a local bar, and we're gonna tell people just let's play cosplay. Let's play cosplay. Get people to come in there, wear your Cyberpunk gear, and we'll go to the bar and the bar in Cyberpunk is called Afterlife. We'll just make our own Afterlife bar locally, and we'll just meet up there, and we'll dress up. We'll talk about Cyberpunk. We'll play some music. We'll play some synth wave. We'll play some future electronic music, and we'll do it just like that. We'll do it just like that, and maybe sometimes we'll have celebrities from the game to come over, but we'll figure it out. Whether we'll do it in locally where I live in a little rural town where I'm at, or we'll do it in San Francisco. That's the closest big town I'm living at. We'll try to do it in San Francisco. We'll figure it out. More games that I'm live streaming. Obviously, Sonic Origins, Yakuza 0, Metal Gear Solid 5 with the Psycho Japan Watch. Psycho Japan Watch will go ahead and do more live streaming on that. I got to live stream Ground Zeroes for the 10th year anniversary. People adored that. Don't worry, we'll do some more live streaming for the next games. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Obviously, people who love those kinds of military games, I'll go ahead and do more live streaming of those. Battlefield 2042 Season 7 just came out. We'll live stream some Battlefield 2042, and I hope that with Season 7, S7, I hope that I gather enough funds someday to buy myself an Audi S7. That would be amazing. I would prefer the RS7 or RS6 Avant, but I would love to get enough funds to get that car. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, amazing. We're going to do more live streaming. I even got, just for Deus Ex Mankind Divided, just to get Elias Tusevskis excited. He knows I'm a big fan of the game, and don't worry, I got myself a whiskey glass. I got a bottle of whiskey, and I don't know if I'll film it, but I will put on my sunglasses and say, I never asked for this. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. We'll live stream some Deus Ex Mankind Divided. It's going to be awesome. And like I said, I have my LLC. I literally have a corporation now. So you figure out, you can get some people, go yell at Eidos Montreal. Go yell at them. They don't want the IP. They cancel the game. They don't want to do it. Tell them we'll do it. Elias Tusevskis, stayed at the gym all year round. He basically got this strong, ready to do this game, and they canceled it on him. Fuck them. We'll get the IP. We'll get other indie developers, and we'll do the game ourselves. We'll do it. It's going to happen. The Adam Jensen trilogy will be completed. I know what happened. I know it was those goddamn Illuminatis who got to Eidos Montreal and say, oh, you want to do this? The story's a little too close to home. But we're going to give you this money. Just cancel the game. We know exactly why they canceled the game, because the game was so amazing. It would tell such a great story about conspiracy and all that, and they did not want to let them do the game. A lot of Deus Ex fans exist around the world. The Deus Ex franchise is over 20 years old. It will get done. We'll do it. Other games I'm live streaming, South Park. Do not worry, South Park. The next game is coming out soon. It's going to be fun. Spider-Man 2, trying to do some side missions. I've already finished the game. There's a new Game Plus mode. We'll do that as well. Gran Turismo 7, great game. FC24, Steep, Hogwarts Legacy for the Harry Potter fans, Back to the Future, Watch Dogs Legions, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 3 Reload just came out, so we'll do a little bit of that as well. We need to do them in order. I need to just live stream some Persona 3, Persona 4, and then Persona 5 for all the Persona fans. Street Fighter 6, we did the arcade game. We did the live stream, all that. That was great. Jedmodo, thank you to the old developers of Jedmodo. I love Jedmodo. Live stream from Jedmodo 1, Jedmodo 2, and I'll wait for Jedmodo 3. And you guys have got to get together and make a Jedmodo for the PlayStation 5. That would be amazing. People love motorcycles. You play Jedmodo, that game is awesome. Fortnite for the younger crowds. I don't know if people love me to jump into Fortnite and play as a character. So obviously, if you go into Fortnite, you see me dressed up as Bumblebee. That's me. You can just say hello, and also do it as Spider-Man, Miles Morales from Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, as we await Spider-Man, Spider-Verse 3, which got delayed. And as you know, Miles Morales is right here his girlfriend Gwen is right here, and they cannot communicate because they're in parallel universes. They're in parallel universes, and she realizes, oh shit, he's in a different universe, and he's in this universe, and he's like, oh my god, we cannot interact. What's going on? He can hear her, and she can hear him, but they're not physically one next to each other. Where is she at, and where is he at? They're in different universes. So now Gwen is going, again, all of her pals, and they basically are going on an adventure, and they have to go find Miles Morales, who's in different universes. So a lot of work has to take place, and they have to basically do their best, and they're going to have to just play inside, try to meet up inside the world of Spider-Man 2 until we wait until the new movie comes out, because it's delayed until next year or the year after, until 2024 or 2025. So they will find ways to communicate. For some reason, he's trying to contact her on the phone, and she's trying to contact him on the phone. They cannot communicate. So it seems they're in parallel universes. All right. I also got a live stream video of when I beat the Zone of the Enders 2 final boss mission. As you know, it's very tough to beat Anubis. Almost impossible to beat Anubis. You want to beat Anubis, get a DualSense Edge controller. Very important. Also, I broke down the news that the PlayStation 5 Pro, PS5 Pro, or the PlayStation 6 will have a new controller with the L4 and R4 buttons. L4, R4 buttons. So as you know, this is your L3 and R3 buttons when you press on them. And you wanted to know where the L4 and R4 buttons are? Well, they're there. They're the paddle shifts. The paddle shift on the Edge controller. That's right. When the next controller comes out, the dual Edge controller will be standard. It will be standard. That will be the next game controller for future games. And why do we need those next buttons? Well, we'll need those next buttons for a lot of things. And it's not just to make the controller more complicated. It's because with these two buttons, this is the paddle shift when you play with a vehicle manually. So if you play Gran Turismo 7, you play Need for Speed, you play whatever, this button lets you switch gears. So your first gear, second gear, third gear. And why do we need these buttons? Because you know what I'm talking about. When the game Initial D or MF Ghost, the game, comes out on the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 6, it's going to be amazing. Or when the game JDM, which on the PC right now is still delayed. When the JDM comes out on the PS5 or PS6 with a paddle shift, it's going to be very fun. All right. Cyberpunk 27 in French. Obviously, we'll do that in French. It's going to be fun. And let's see. I got some vinyl. Want to talk about some vinyl? Let's talk about the voice actor. The voice actor for Edge Runners. There's two of them. There's the chick over here, and then there's the dude. The dude is what is his name? I forgot his name. He has the same name as mine. He's just a different last name. Let me find out his name. I got to talk about him because he was going through anxiety, and as you know, I talk about mental health. So I'm going to talk about him. His name is Aguilar. Zack Aguilar. So Zack Aguilar, obviously, as you know, was really going through mental health and anxiety because, I'm gonna share some spoilers. Let's listen to some spoilers. So let's take a 5-second break so that people who do not want to hear the spoiler can just close their ears so they don't hear the spoiler. Okay, so I'm gonna wait 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, close your ears. It's gonna be a spoiler. Now, if you watch the Netflix series Edge Runners, you see that at the end of Edge Runners, unfortunately, Zack's character in Edge Runners, let's see, what was his character's name? David. Yeah, so at the end of Edge Runners, David basically loses his life, does his best because he's trying to save his lover, and there's a bad guy at the end, and he doesn't survive, but she does, and basically that ending of Edge Runners pissed off every guy in the world who loves Cyberpunk. Every guy who loves Cyberpunk basically almost called this a conspiracy. It felt like there was some kind of weird, lesbian conspiracy over here. How does these guys who were in the game do not get to survive, and they do? So basically all the girls who love Cyberpunk were all smiling, and all the guys were all pissed off. So this is the The reason why I wanted to tell Zack, do not worry. Um, I know that I've created pretty much the world of cyberpunk because you look through my Jet Lag Radio podcast that I've been working on for over 10 years, and you look at what's inside those playlists, you know full well that cyberpunk, its world, was inspired by Jet Lag Radio. It was inspired by Jet Lag Radio, and it is even more inspired because I talk about Cyberpunk Radio, and it was even more inspired because when I talk about the fact that I want them to have an iPod or something to listen to their songs while they walk and not just in the car, I know they're listening to me. And that's the reason why a lot of the developers got fired. They got fired because they named their president Myers. When I specifically told them, nobody in that Myers grocery stores know about technology and working into, startups and anything like that. No one in that grocery store knows anything about the world of technology and cyberpunk. And I wrote cyberpunk on my whiteboard. That is my idea. That was my work. So we're going to make sure that they hear how upset we are. And that's the reason why in Cyberpunk 2077-2, President Myers will die, just like she did into the alternate ending, because she will double cross. She's going to double cross V, like in Phantom Liberty in one of the endings, and she will not survive Cyberpunk 2077-2. Naming her President Myers was a terrible idea, and they will not get the credit. They did not invent this world. We did. So it's over for her. Like I said, you can check the news. They all got fired because they were siphoning, or they were looking at the work of someone else, which was the work that I've done on my whiteboard and other developers. So don't worry, they all got fired. They got new people at a CD Projekt Red, and we'll make sure we include not just David's story, my stories, and all the stories, the DJ's story. We'll include all the stories in the next Cyberpunk 27. In the meantime, all you guys who work in the mod community, good job. You work in the mod community. But do you really think all we need is those damn flying cars and all these damn, metros, all this and that? That's great. But you really want to do a mod? Why don't you be nice and do a mod where you continue Edge Runner's series? That would be a nice mod. Why don't you do a mod to help the poor Zack Aguilar and help him continue his story on Edge Runners? Like an alternate ending or a sequel to what happened to him. You can do all these mods, but you can't do a mod where you can change his face to look like David with the same haircut and his companion and do the cutscenes and all this and that. You can't do that? Of course you can. So if you care as much as I do about Zack Aguilar and the people in Edge Runners, and you want to see continuation of that, get it done. You need funding? I have an LLC. I have a corporation now. You can raise funds and all this and that, get permission from CD Projekt Red, get it done. Get it done. People want to see the continuation of Edge Runners. I know what happened. I know a lot of kids saw the ending of Edge Runners and they were crying. Don't worry. As I use my great teacher Onizuka, my GTO mentality, we'll do something for him. We'll find a way to help him out to continue that story. All right, the other vinyl I have is Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Look at this. It's a three it's 3 vinyls, but it's side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, side 5, side 6. Let's look at all these songs. Looks like this is the whole soundtrack. There's BB's theme. Whoa. This is crazy. This is intense. And it looks like this vinyl does not have this song from the director's cut trailer, so we'll have to get that vinyl and play it, and we'll play some director's cut for sure. But there's definitely there's a lot of work to be done over here. Um, Cyberpunk Radio 23 just came out. We have featuring music from I never know how to say his name. Gesaffelstein. He's a French-German DJ, and his new album Gamma is going to be released soon. I'll talk more about it in the French video. So this is Coffee with Zack in English. Coffee with Zacky in French was coming up next, and we'll talk more about him and looking forward to him. Obviously, all my French DJs, they know there's the top three guys is it's Daft Punk, Justice, and this guy, Jeff. I don't know how to say his name. He's amazing. His voice. You listen to his music, you're like, oh my god, that's music from Cyberpunk. That's Cyberpunk type music. All right, and I'm sorry I made you watch all this. We're about 51 minutes, but don't worry, I'm gonna include a little bit more content just to tell you to hang in there for those who kept watching. So we'll play some live streams from Dragon Ball Z Fighters because we're getting pissed off over here. We're getting pissed off at what? We're trying pissed off at a boss and at a bad person. And who is this bad person? It's obviously Trump. We're tired of Trump. We have shit to do. We want to do all kinds of stuff. And Trump is ruining our lives. We want to just have some peace of mind and just relax. So don't worry. We're going to beat the shit out of Frieza, Cell, and all those bad guys inside Z Fighters. So if you have a PlayStation, please put back Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z on the PSN network. It was free on the PSN. A lot of people were downloading it. They wanted to use it, and now it's no longer free. So please put this game back on the network. People will love to play it. Let's see. Don't forget to, if you're voting into the primaries around the country and your state hasn't voted yet, vote for Biden Harris. Just very important. And get to work. And you want to know how I know all this stuff and how I can do all these amazing things. I always mention, do not try to recreate it. Some of the work that I do will give you an aneurysm. That's true. And then, but if you are living on the edge, or you want to, this is so cool. How does he know all this? You get yourself an education from the Ohio State University. This is where I went to school, Ohio State University. This school can, it's an amazing school, and I will go back. I will go back to visit. So, I know people get excited when I get some coffee somewhere, and just wait until I come to Ohio State and get some coffee in your on campus or off campus. It's gonna be amazing. So, I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I know people have prevented me from doing that. So, we're gonna find a way as soon as I'm able to have the funds for a flight, hotel, rental car, and all this. I'm coming to Ohio State, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna drink some coffee. We're gonna chillax, and there's a game. There's a game in April, the first game of spring game. It would be nice if I could attend. I don't know if I can, but we'll figure it out. We'll find a way. Let's continue to drink some water. I've been talking a lot, very important. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, speaking of Trump, obviously, I'm tired of all that shit. Here's my, these are sunflower seeds. So shout out to Mulder, X-Files. I know they're bringing back the series, but in all seriousness, take care of that Trump ordeal. And I'm tired of the Trump show. Criminal court on April 15th. Shit's about to go down. I'm done. I'm tired. I want to focus on other things. There's a lot of things going on. Shout out to David Duchovny and Jill Anderson, but I'm eating sunflower seeds, so I'm serious. Everything's done with this Trump show. Trump show's over. Stop beating around the bush, around the issue. Take care of it. I'm watching Law and Order. Which one is it? The organized crime one. I hate New York, but I love that show in New York. And whoever that guy is, the bald guy who does that show, and he's in love with the other girl from, the other show. Get that guy, got a medal. In real life, whoever that guy is in real life, give him a goddamn medal. And then the guy who does the show, give him a goddamn Oscar to do a goddamn movie. Because the amount of corporation, what's the word? The amount of criminal enterprise there is in New York that no one's been able to stop There's one guy who did, that was Robert Mueller, that was Jack Smith. I think it went down after the whole goddamn system over there. These are guys that really did so much bad things in New York. They're the ones. They even showed that Rudy Giuliani, who was supposed to be some kind of hero of 9/11, was stealing from people. Even Rudy Giuliani was a bad person. So all I'm saying is, I'm stressed. You're stressed. But that guy is even more stressed. So shout out to Jack Smith and Robert Mueller. Yes, I'm going to have a drink of whiskey for my Deus Ex, conspiracy, Illuminati games and all this. But honestly, I'm going to raise a glass to those guys, those two guys, and whoever their female counterparts are. And goddamn it, it's time to deal with this shit. Trump is a pedophile. I saw the news that said, Trump could not afford the $500 million, and then suddenly he can't afford it, and suddenly he can. What the fuck is going on? This is the Trump Matrix? We got shit to do. I got shit to do. You got shit to do. Deal with this nonsense. My birthday is in like 2 months. I need a new car. I need to go chill out at the Fujiwara Tofu shop. We're going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about Initial D. We're going to talk about MF Ghost. The new season 2 is coming out. I know some of you start laughing like crazy, but if I'm eating sunflower seeds, I'm serious. All right, anyway. Happy birthday to The Office. The Office, I think, 19th years now. Wow, it's been a long time. Well, how many times I've watched The Office? I must have watched The Office like 10 times, 20 times. So there's people who love The Office have been watching even more. I think they're rebooting The Office. It's going to be a new season. It's going to be fun. It would be nice if they include some minorities, It's not just Indian minorities in the world. There's people from different backgrounds who exist in the world, Oh, and if there's an Office in Japanese, please show it to me. I really would love to watch The Office in Japanese. So if in Japan there's The Office TV show, I would love to watch it. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's see. We're almost at a few more minutes, and we'll be at 60 minutes. I think 60 minutes is basically the best time to stop over here. So let's go ahead. What else am I missing? Okay, let's talk about the planner. Planner, obviously. I wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for my planner. This planner is amazing. I got it from Barnes & Noble Roseville, and I'm going to have to get another one or hang out and say hello to that vampire loving person, barista. And I was supposed to watch those vampire movies. The guy who does Batman, he did those vampire movies, and Stephanie Myers, and we put it on a book club. I gotta watch those movies. So we're gonna watch those movies. We're gonna stop by Barnes & Noble Roseville, get another one of those planners, because whenever I'm done using this, but this is very important. There's a lot to do and a lot of planning, and that's the other thing I want to talk about. I'm using another app. Kevin Rose, thank you for that new podcast. You got a new podcast. I've been waiting to hear. As you know, Kevin Rose is a Zen Buddhist, a little bit like me, so he gets excited about that stuff. I get excited about it as well. So thank you for mentioning a new podcast. Got to listen to it to help me calm down, and it was fun. It was great. He's got a new app called Notion. He mentioned. He said that app does wonder for him. So I'll be sure to check it out. Use it a little bit. It was very helpful. I always listen to Kevin Rose's recommendation. A long time ago, he mentioned the app Clear. Clear is an app to-do list for the iPhone, and I've used the app Clear just to get through when I had to do a bunch of JLI radios in a row. I had something was wrong with the OS with the JLR. I had to get from 1,131 to 1,130 and 41. I had to do 10 blog posts in a row because it was breaking something into the operating system. So I immediately got the app Clear and immediately wrote down, listen, guys, Zack, you got to do 10 blog posts in a row. I wrote them all down. I did them all. Pianote, I typed them all. And once I was done, cleared them all. I just did them all. So thanks to Kevin Rose. Shout out to Kevin Rose, and also shout out to his wife, Somewhere Tomato. Please make more cooking videos. I love that stuff. It's you make some delicious meals. I want to figure out how you cook all those meals. It's really fun. All right, guys, we're at 60 minutes. Thank you for watching this. And basically, just, everything's on my website, but just please like and subscribe. That's all I ask. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and follow me. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is Zack, aka Zacky, aka I am Zacky, aka Super French Big Z, signing out.